In the winter of 2011, a fire tore through a 5-story apartment building in East Harlem, one of New York's oldest and most densely populated neighborhoods. It started in the basement and spread rapidly, fueled by old wiring and narrow hallways. Dozens of families were displaced, many losing everything: photographs, furniture, heirlooms, even identification documents. Among them was the Martinez family, Maria, a single mother of 3, and her children, aged 6, 9, and 12. They escaped unharmed, but their apartment was reduced to ash and smoke. With no insurance, no savings, and no extended family in the city, they were moved to a temporary shelter, unsure of what came next. What they didn't know was that their story would soon reach one of the city's most iconic residents, Robert De Niro, who had lived in New York his entire life and maintained a deep connection to its communities, learned about the fire through a local news report. He didn't just donate to a general relief fund. He asked for specifics. Who was affected? What did they need? Through a network of community organizations and city officials, De Niro received a list of families in urgent need. The Martinez case stood out not because it was the worst, but because of the children. He remembered growing up in Greenwich Village, poor but surrounded by family, art, and resilience. He knew how fragile stability could be. Within days, he arranged for the family to be moved into temporary housing, not a shelter, but a furnished apartment in a safe neighborhood. He covered 3 months of rent, utilities, and groceries through a private foundation he had established years earlier to support New York families in crisis. But he didn't stop at shelter. He coordinated with local schools to ensure the children were enrolled immediately. He contacted a nonprofit that provided winter clothing and school supplies, ensuring each child had a backpack, books, and warm coats. He even arranged for Maria to meet with a career counselor who helped her secure a stable job at a community health center. Most importantly, he made sure the family had dignity. There were no press releases, no photo ops. The help came quietly, efficiently, and without conditions. When Maria later learned who had made it possible, she was speechless. She had grown up watching De Niro's films, never imagining that the man who played cold, calculating characters on screen could be the reason her children had a roof over their heads. Over the next 2 years, the family rebuilt their lives. Maria saved enough to move into their own apartment. The children thrived in school. The youngest, who had nightmares after the fire, began drawing again colorful, helpful scenes of homes, trees, and smiling faces. De Niro never met them in person, but Maria kept a small photo of him on the fridge, not as a movie star, but as a reminder that kindness exists, even in the darkest moments. For De Niro, this wasn't charity, it was responsibility. He had built a life in the public eye, but he never forgot the city that shaped him. He believed that fame came with a duty to act when others couldn't. And for the Martinez family, that duty became their lifeline. Because sometimes salvation doesn't come with sirens or spotlights. It comes in the form of a quiet phone call, a signed check, and the knowledge that someone somewhere was paying attention. And Robert De Niro, the man of few words and deep loyalty, had been watching all along.